Radio Retro Future.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bonsert, and today I am doing a Let's Play of Clockwork Empires by Gaslight Games. This game just recently came out of alpha. I've been supporting it for over a year now, I think. It recently came out of alpha, so this should be the completed product. Now, this is the third time I try to record this episode because, well, the first time just wasn't any fun. The second time, the game kept crashing when my village was being destroyed by a great eldritch creature. Rather unstable game. And quite frankly, I don't have any hope that they will fix it. But is it a game-breaking bug? You'll see. So, here is the welcome screen. Welcome to the frontier. Your travels have seen you on a merchant ship over the frosty peaks and cost you what fortune you had. Your advance party is ready, and it's time to get to work on expanding. The Empire is just overflowing with workers ready to be shipped off to the colonies. Your advance party is ready, and it's time to get work on expanding. The Empire is just overflowing with workers ready to be shipped off to the colonies with available housing. You find yourself wishing the ministry had sent some muskets. You remember your mentor's advice on the colonial management. Get extremely drunk and hope no one gets killed. Now, bring delicious pie to the colonies and glory to the Empire! Huzzah! So, at least the story aspect is, well, just fine. It's everything you would want from a steampunk setting, actually. So, what will we do? Well, I learned from my previous playthroughs, let's just get all the menial tasks out of the way. I am not sure, yes, that was successful. So, basically how the system works, you get a number of overseers, as you can see right here. And these overseers get randomly assigned any instruction you give. And you start with 7 overseers. And number of overseers also limits the amount of workshops you can actually build. But let's start clearing up some terrain. I'm going to give a lot of orders, just telling my settlers to basically clear a lot of terrain while generating an amount of resources before I'm gonna tell them to build anything, because quite frankly, fuck them. So, there we go. I also see some delicious bushes. They can turn into other stuff. Yeah. There we go. Every individual colonist will also gather experience points as they go on. They become better at the given skills, which can come in handy as soon as you order them to use any workshops. Now, of course, the downside of assigning overseers to workshop is they cannot do assignments like I'm giving right now. They'll be completely focused on working on those workshops. So, let us build some houses. Alright. Let's see. Well, I learned that the perfect size of a building is, yeah, this should be big enough. You can also see you can build houses any way you want, which is appealing to some extent. However, I do wonder if it really adds to the gameplay, because as you see, I just had to put 2 windows in it, which I did too early because I actually need planks, and now I only have logs, and I need to build a workshop to turn those logs into planks, which can be used to build those windows. Yeah, there are a lot of steps you gotta take when you are playing this game, and it really takes the speed you can muster while playing this. Speaking of which, let's increase the game speed. This is the game speed I usually play at, because I just think it's otherwise far too slow. even though the resources are already there, you're already seeing they don't do anything, because every character basically goes to their day, working in shifts, and then socializing, drinking, eating, sleeping, arguing, being angry at random objects. And yeah, that doesn't make them really efficient. This is more a kind of a society simulator. This is more kind of like The Sims meets RTS. And not really... let me give an example. Well, come on. I always click on you people accidentally. You see here, you see memories of gossiping, joined the colonies, had a fond farewell, made a friend, which gives them all kinds of benefits. These are all things you cannot control. These things just happen. Of course, it depends on the kind of facilities you have and whether you have cooked food or not. Yesterday, no journal entries yet. Yeah, they gather entire stories here, which is kind of appealing, but yeah, there are a lot of pieces missing. There are a lot of bugs still to be fixed. You get things like entry not found, stuff like that also in there, because yeah, if you're wondering, is this game actually finished? Have they pulled it out of alpha or beta too early? Yeah, it kind of does, which is really unfortunate, because like I said, the game crashed a number of times, and yeah, it really feels like this game isn't ready yet. It needs a lot of fine-tuning. The same goes with, as soon as I build a workshop, I'll show you how that works, and I'm not happy with that system either. Yes, immigrants have arrived. That is good. Let us assign them to an overseer. There we go. So yeah, like I said, a lot of micromanagement involved. Now, is this a game you'll enjoy as a steampunk? Well, like I said, there are a lot of references to works of Lovecraft and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're a fan of that, you'll definitely enjoy it. You'll enjoy the setting. You'll enjoy the setting. And yes, it is the kind of game that's like, oh yes, 5 more minutes, and before you know it, you're playing for another 2 full hours. It really is a kind of game you can play well into the night. But I really wonder if that is really that necessary though. Because it's more of a sim game than a resource management. If you're not waiting for buildings to get constructed, there's not a hell of a lot to do. You have no control over any of these individuals. You used to have some control over the soldiers you can train, but that is also removed. They only react on general decisions that you make, maybe special investigations. Like, here we have a strange artifact has been discovered. Digging day in, day out is enough to numb anyone's mind. Oh, sorry. Let me get this game speed down so I can read this. Golden Hook feels something different today. A buzzing in the back of his skull that defies explanation. With sudden fury, he strikes at the rock. The buzz grows louder. Something is there, calling out with a voice that is no voice. The sound is intense now, deafening. And then, with a final stroke, silence. The rubble falls away to reveal a strange object covered in symbols. Caesar Golden Hook has never seen it like before. Comforting. An unfamiliar grin comes to his face. The symbols. It is time. So yeah, the writing is appealing. Unfortunately, there is little to be done with that. Maybe you get some choice you can make in the grander narrative of the game, but yeah, that's probably just it. Let's put the game speed up again. You can also change the isometric perspective somewhat. Like, you can only see the interior. Let's see. I basically just want to build some houses, but yeah, because all the overseers basically randomly execute all the assignments they are given. They don't do as much as they could be doing. So yeah, you gotta be careful with the amount of assignments you give out. It is supposed to be part of the system, but yeah, it's more annoying. It's really a time-wasting thing, really, which is kind of taking the speed that could be had with the game. Well, basically, I like how in depth they go, but I think they, Gaslamp Studio, that is, overstretched themselves technically. That they try too much, which also probably results in the instability of the game. So I just hope it will not crash during this recording, because then I have to record again. But yeah, it's not a bad game. You know, the foundation is there. It just needs, the game needs a lot of love, a lot of attention, and I have not seen worry over the lack of militia. Yeah, I should have probably done that better in the previous game. But you know, I let the settlers mine as much as possible right now, let them flatten terrain, because now I have a lot of overseers who can do that. Otherwise I only would have 2 overseers. But I will build the workshop, and the workshop may be, damn, this uneven terrain. Let's see, workshop. Yeah, that should be enough. Rather have one that is too large, although room is a bit sparse. Now I gotta also put in the workbenches. I put in 3 so I can get my plank production underway. Now I also need to, damn it, what are they flattening right now? I don't see the icon, I think. No, that's the wrong one. Flatten terrain. There you go, flatten it. And flatten that as well. Come on. I know you can do it. Bit of a frame rate drop there. Yeah, what I also noticed is when you, during the beta, when you had about 40 people in your colony, the game would start to really go slow. The AI would fail. Overseers would not execute their basic tasks, like executing what needs to be done at their workshop, places like that. Yeah, and I noticed that today as well in my previous game before it crashed. I noticed that the guys at this workshop, the carpentry workshop, barely did any work, barely made any planks. So I really hope they fix that. You know, and I don't think it's a memory problem either. I mean, my game runs Fallout 4, Doom, all those highly graphic games on Ultra, so yeah, I don't think my machine is the problem here. Let's see. Are they gonna uplift that entire building in a bit, or what? Because I hope to elevate this at that height, not the other way around. But yeah, now again they were finally elevating the terrain, like these people are doing right here. You're doing a good job, Lorna, Steer, and Presha Uxter. Well, at least you don't see like the same name over and over again. Graphically, yeah, the game ain't something to write home about. The water looks dreadful. Especially the shorelines just look horrible. Sometimes when you look at the water, it just looks like egg white. So, yeah, not great. Now, like you see here, it asks me to assign an overseer. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Here you can see the carpentry skill. Let's see. Ooh, this one actually has a carpentry skill of 3. So let's use that individual. And there, the first carpentry workbench has been built. As you can see, it says min 1 quality. What it means is that the quality of the workplace goes down with every workbench that you build. And we're gonna need to build some other ones, because in these ones... Oh, right. Come on, there we go. You can only build 4 different objects. Assembly bench, which we need to build other things. Planks, which we need to build constantly. So I'm gonna put that on maintain a minimum. Oh, you can actually do shift click. It goes a little bit faster. And also this one. No, let me build. Let us build 4, because we need more of those things in the future. Those workbenches can be placed in any building that requires them, so that works. Come on, flatten that terrain for me. As you can see, they're already more occupied talking to each other than actually doing any work. And now none of them are working. Yeah. So yeah, get used to that. Like I said, it's more kind of a sim colony than it is a... Well, what other game? It is a genre. It is kind of like this frontier type game. You've got like... Oh, what is that game called again? Border World? No. No, it looks like an 8-bit game, very primitive characters, but it's exactly the same. However, the number of people you will have is much smaller. You'll do a lot more one-on-one controlling of those characters. Here you only control the overseers. However, the result is that with that game, you actually build up much more of a connection with your inhabitants. Like, I don't know who the hell Elvira Meatswell is, because, well, she is just one of those AIs that's just walking around. I do not try to train or give her specific assignments, because I want her to develop a particular skill. Is he an overseer? We're gonna zoom in Elvira Meatswell. Let's see. Yeah. So basically the problem is that the overseer isn't happening, so they work less shifts. Okay. Now the thing is, because you need so many steps in producing anything, it becomes really hard to, you know, make any speedy progress in the game. So I'm just gonna build this kitchen here. Let's see, that should be big enough. Yeah. Let them build that. Oh, there we've got a fish people. Of course, another Lovecraft reference. But also, yeah, graphically not that interesting. Yeah. But at least they did some interesting things with the design. This is a naked one, but you got ones with that do wear clothes or even helmets and, you know, all kinds of crazy things and weapons they carry. Unfortunately, you can't carry those, use those weapons for your colonists, unfortunately. So they've completed the workbenches now, but I want to get my kitchen running. Much more important. Now I need a mice field to actually plant. Goddamn, get a move on. Keep digging, you plebs. I'll need all that land to be cleared. Only they're really do something interesting with it. Yeah, there it is not even a real hazard. Like you can see, they can easily traverse these heights. I've seen maps where they've got very high hills and you can see the characters just scaling up and down these things like it's nothing. So that's rather unfortunate. So, yeah. Like I said, the game needs a lot of fine-tuning. It doesn't feel like it's a finished game. At all, actually. Which is really unfortunate. Because there's a lot to like here. I want to have that be clear. There is a lot to like. Let's put a door here. But one thing you need to learn with this game is the first thing you gotta make sure is just focus on building the buildings. Ignore the decorations you can put in, like things like the bed, because that would just take too much of your time. That could be spent on actually making progress in the game. So yeah, if they made it easier to build those decorations, yeah, it would have been a completely different story. But this is the choice they made. It doesn't blow me away. Actually, this is too large for mine, but god damn it. Which also reminds me, I need to place that assembly. Yeah, it's rather annoying actually. The game would have been much more fluent if they just allowed you to just place this workbench over here and let them use the available resources to just build it, instead of having you micromanage everything. Like having to build these workbenches first there, then place it manually over here, and then they will actually put it down. It's very hard for yourself to just keep track of your inventory, what you have made at what time, because you do have this overview right here. But does that make you happy? Does this give you all the information you need in one go? You know, well, maybe if you use this, you might. Yeah, it's not a system that really appeals to me. Unfortunately, I've seen much more efficient systems in other games to check out your own inventory. Let's already get a ceramics workbench going on. And what else can we build? Mine shoring? Sure, why not? Just in case. I'm not sure I actually need it, but let's assume that I do. Okay, now my workbench is done, so now I can hopefully build some mineshaft modules, because I need those types of resources. Now, mines don't just generate one resource, they generate several resources actually. I didn't realize that in the beginning, because one resource you'll need is sand. You need that to create windows, and you need it to create other glass objects. And I couldn't find those bloody sand dunes. They exist in the game, I'm told, but I could never find them. Apparently, now I just happened for some reason find... Oh no, wait, those are tree stumps. Yeah, okay. Like I said, graphically, not that impressive. But I was going to build some mine modules. So you need one of these very early on in the game. That is what I was trying to tell you. Also, yeah, not great. And you basically add them like attachments, and you don't need that many mine modules actually, but it does allow for more than one colonist to work in your mine, so it is recommended that you do so. But you got to do such things quickly in the beginning of the game to, you know, keep the overview, keep these things in hand, because it will become busy on your screen. I told them to flatten the terrain, but they just don't seem to get around to it. Even though they should be doing it all the time, because I only have 4 of the 6 assignments, so I already forgot what I put in there. Ceramics workshop. Okay. Yeah, for that I need to put a... Damn it, now I'm looking. There we go. I need to put some brick ovens in there to bake the clay into bricks. That's okay, we can manage that. That reminds me, how's my kitchen doing? Okay, at least that is done. Still haven't got a farm, but that shouldn't be a problem. Here we have all kinds of recipes, and we can actually make fruit medley. Not much else. So, well, let's put that on a minimum of 10 for now. And let's put an overseer in there. And we have one person who's flattening terrain. Who could... Wait. Where did she go? There we go. Now, get into the kitchen and make me some fruit medley. Apparently all we have in this map is fruit, which is not that much, so I must, as soon as they flatten the terrain, whenever they get around to it, now of course they can also eat the raw fruit, so this is more a happiness related thing. However, in some cases, it's more efficient to have cooked food, because they will use 1 piece of meat to make 2 meals or stuff like that. So, it does have certain benefits, economically speaking. But apparently my overseers are not happy. Is this an overseer? Off shift, all characters take tea time and late night shifts off. Okay. Oh, anger 40 and despair. Poorly fed is one of the main reasons. She's also a laudanum fiend. You know, it's those kind of minor details that that make the game appealing enough to keep playing, to be able to recommend it in some ways to people. But yeah, does this look finished to you? You know, when you look at this. Oh, look at that. What the hell is that window doing? Yeah, although I kind of like the Lego-esque approach to the buildings in a way, but it's not a it's not a flawless system. which is really unfortunate. Let's see. But they do show you how they interact with certain objects. It's not great, but still, it's something. It's enough. And they do change their posture. Like, apparently this is not satisfied. Maybe angry, so they go around stamping things, chasing bugs just to kill them. They talk to corpses, apparently. I never seen them do it, but I saw that in the journals. Yeah, I think I've got some wood to spare right now, so... Oh wait, but I cannot just build the beds. No, I need to go to the carpentry workshop, go to the workbench, and order them to build a number of beds. The same goes now. I don't have to do that for the windows, at least. Which is kind of surprising, because you have to do it for everything else. Yeah, 2 windows is the minimum you need for most buildings to up the quality, so to speak. Oh, what just happened? Nothing. Fortunately, I thought the game was about to crash. Make a minimum of 10 bricks, please. And I need to assign another overseer. Let's see, do we have any? Yeah, because all of them have been mining stone. That also makes them qualified to be ceramic experts, apparently. So I can assign any of them to this. I'm not complaining, but still. And can I now start building a overseer house? Yes, I want more overseers. Unusual caravan. What are we? From airship indicates that a group of fish people carrying goods have been spotted walking towards the sea in the vicinity of your colony. Interesting. Yeah, sometimes the fish people actually carry goods. Now you can choose to have a policy that kills them on sight, or just intimidates them. There we go. What are they carrying? Is this... It's human flesh. Long pork, as they call it. And actually that's human meat. So, yeah. Yeah, they, if fish people kill a colony and they get the chance, they'll actually carve up the colonist into pieces of meat. And then you see all these pieces of meat laying around, which you can select and claim, which then the colonist will pick up and eat. And yes, this is something that gets recorded in a journey. And it's actually an achievement to have your colonies turn into cannibals. When they start starving, and when they're starving and they find a corpse, yeah, they'll cut it up and eat it. So, yeah, you know, it's the little things that make it appealing. Okay, I can actually build an overseer's house now, which allows me to have more overseers. Is this big enough? I think so. Should work. Now, and this is where I need the glass for. A matter of fact, I need to build myself. I need a workbench for that. Workbench. There we go. And then I can build a oven which allows me to make glass. Yeah, now I happen to know that, but I can imagine that a lot of players who never played this game will get lost in this game. Also, there is no real goal to the game. It's really just build up your colony. It's really just a big sandbox. Kind of like The Sims in that respect. I think. I never played The Sims, so... But that's the closest I can associate with this right now. Have they done any... Oh, wait. Yeah, I got one unassigned person. There we go. Just assigned him to a random overseer. Maybe he has skills for, oh, I don't know, licensing music from the 80s, and now I'm letting him be a carpenter. Who knows? But at least I'll have some more overseers soon, which makes me happy. It really does. However, I need to build different kind of beds for those, because of course they need different types of beds. Let's build some beds in this house. Yeah, a house for the quality to go up, you need at least 3 cots in the house. And then that allows the house to have one more occupant. So it kind of increases your population cap. But basically is the only thing that this does, that the buildings do. Of course, they also make people happy because they actually don't have to sleep on a rock or something. Now I can put a lot of more stuff in there, but yeah, takes a lot of planks, takes a lot of resources. Because I also, simple wall shrines, very important, because they allow people to pray, and people need worship, apparently. Public house for beer, of course, but first you need to gain more overseers for them to, for you to be able to actually do something with that. So, are we done? Let's see. Okay, I don't need charcoal. I need a ceramic kiln. There we go. These ones are all done, which is good, I suppose. More planks. I'm gonna focus on making planks. Those paper stacks. You know what? Why not? I also need those in the long run. Let's see. Simple chairs. Yeah, sure. Let's build 5 of those. Put one in every building. Also need them for the public house, by the way. What else I can build, put in there is, and I think that will be the last thing I'll show you tonight, is the, damn it, this menu. Oh. I wanted to show you the decorations workbench. Why aren't chairs in the decorations workbench? I don't know. Shut up. Yeah, it doesn't even make any real logical sense on how they put one thing under decorations and another thing under tools or stuff like that. The wind blows powerfully through the colony today, letting out an airy howling. Or is it singing? As it passes through the nearby rocks and grasses, this eerie racket is creeping out of your colonists. This eerie racket is creeping out your colonists a great deal. Surely we could do something about it. Perhaps if we clear terrain around the colony, it will quiet this racket. Yeah, well, I've been telling them to do so, but they're not making a lot of progress, unfortunately. But at least, if I'm correct, yeah, they really could have done. I'm sure they could have made this more efficient. There go. 2 beds. They make the ground skin. No, they have not. Yeah, it's... What's this? A rogue offer. However, this a rogue Stalmarkian officer offers to train your soldiers. Yeah, I don't like foreigners. Okay, chemical works, but let's build our barracks, because apparently not having a militia makes people nervous. I have no idea. I would think fish people would make them more nervous, but who knows? Who am I, you know? And you can also upgrade them. Basically, but also with the workbench here, you can build a improved musket locker, which basically shoots stone pebbles. And here you can order the creation of ceramic tri-pistol locker, which is basically the same, does the same, but is a little more powerful when you have the metal workshop. But we won't have time for that. You can actually build even more powerful guns. I do like how they did this. They just tell you to build a locker instead of building individual muskets, what they did in the previous iterations of the game. Also, of course, the flavor texts here are very funny. Or are they, or have they changed it? Here they can basically construct a assault rifle. Yeah, apparently. Oh wait, maybe this one. Yeah, they did change the flavor text somewhat. Unfortunately, the flavor text used to be fun. Apparently they changed their minds. But maybe, who knows, in a later patch. Wait. Is this building floating in the air now? Yes, it's floating in the... Oh, the mine is floating in the air. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, yeah, they elevated the ground, I think. But they elevated it. Here they're elevating it up, and here they elevated it down. It's... Oh. Yeah, and now my colonists, because they don't have militia, they're beating the ever-living bejesus out of the bandits. Yeah, that's the thing with the militia. Because if you've got the militia, all your normal colonists will run and avoid the bandits or whatever is attacking. However, if you only have the militia, only the militias will go after them. Now, of course, the militias in theory are more effective. You can only have 5 per barracks. And now, a population of 15 went after them. So, I'm sure the, considering they're all gone mad, it probably, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't know which ones just killed the bandit, but there might appear something. Yes, he or she had to kill another human being or something like that. So that will affect their happiness, to be quite honest with you. Let's see, can I... Oh look, my improvised musket locker is ready to be placed. And a overseer with military experience preferably can be put to work. Crispin Walker. There we go. Crispin Walker is now on duty. I hope. Let's assume that Mr. Walker will do a good job defending the colony on its own. Can we now build a farm? Is there any... Oh, dear gee. Well, yeah, I found some reviews. As a matter of fact, I found them on the Steam page of Clockwork Empires itself. Very mixed, and as you can see, not unjustified. It doesn't feel like a finished game, but I do enjoy it, despite its many flaws. But yeah, you know, if they keep working on it, you know, keep improving all the patches, keep improving on the product, yeah, I can see this become a good game. I don't think they'll ever be able to get it stable, but who knows? Maybe. We'll see. So, it's for $20. Is it worth it? Well, I must say, you're gonna get a lot of hours out of this. I will say that. I already spent way too much time playing this game. It does have that 5 more minutes. Till the next save game, So, I don't know. I find it hard. The mixed reviews are justified. So, this is just an impression. Maybe this convinced you to buy it or not. You know, it is both for casual gamers and hardcore gamers. A good game. It just, you know, it does have a high. You know, it is hard in the beginning because, you know, you gotta learn how to navigate all these menus, where everything is. So yeah, I find it hard to make a... I cannot give it my full recommendation because of the current state of the game. But yeah, when it was in alpha and when it was in green light, they did very regular updates. So yeah, you decide. Well said.
Much better than north. North is dry, cold, dark, and red, and I prefer green, fresh, sun earth texture.
For steampunk, for example, future is one of the greatest inspirations. It's funny how something that hasn't happened yet can inspire such huge and massive creativity.
Don't have too much respect for the old literature and play with literature. That's what I like everyone to do.
Get your stuff done. Get your stuff done. They're waiting on you.
Do it all once more. Watch me. I'm going to show you the next 2 parts right here.